they have their own idea and they can feel it, and then they mold to whatever we need them to be. And that's probably the worst thing in the world, is for my children to mold around me, because I'm the parent, and they shouldn't have to, like, they shouldn't suffer because of my emotions. Like, they should not have to mold and tiptoe and anything because of whatever I'm going through. Like, I should have the emotional capacity to keep it together, and I should, you know what I'm saying? Like, I should be prioritizing their attention. And it's crazy because this is what I suffered when I was a child. Like I said, I remember, I begging that parent not to get married, and I remember being very angry teenager throughout their marriage. It was very difficult because it was like they were always arguing, and like the attention was always on that person, and then they always wanted us to play a role. Like, they always wanted to be like this happy family, and they always wanted us to appeal and appease and play this part. Like, I didn't choose to marry this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just barely getting over the fact that I don't have to live in fear of this fucking adult. And then all I wanted was like this person's attention and this person's love. And all I wanted to feel like was that I mattered. Not that I was a burden, and not that I was just a piece of baggage. And then the last time I probably asked that parent and had a conversation with that parent about my feelings, let's see, my daughter was probably maybe 2 or 3 years old. So maybe like, maybe 5-6 years ago, I had a conversation with this parent. They were talking to me, and I remember being in their home, and I was just saying, like, wouldn't, if you were relieved of this relationship, like, and you had a place to live, and you finally have time, like, wouldn't you want to build a relationship with your children and your grandchildren? And that person didn't like where I was taking the direction of the conversation. But that was my last attempt at asking. Like, because I remember I had just gone off of work. I was working graveyard. I came to pick up my baby, and they wanted to have a conversation about something, and I just was curious. I was like, like, wouldn't you want to be able to, and they got all upset, and then I got upset, and I remember saying, like, I hope that I never, like, if my daughter ever comes to me telling me that they need more of me, that I don't tell them absolutely not and just shut them down. And I left, and I didn't talk to that person for a while. But I mean, so it's one of those things where, like I said, listening to my brother's story and things, and just how, like, and just so many people, how, like, people don't understand, like, I did choose to be more emotionally